Thinking about moving to the Emerald Coast, everyone thinks moving here is gonna be the dream until they realize, at least some of them, that they may have made one of these key mistakes moving here. I'm gonna break down the top 5 mistakes that people make when moving here. Make sure to stick around for number 5 because that one's gonna land big. You ready? Let's go. The first one here on our list is going to be choosing the wrong area for your lifestyle. Now, whether you're looking to go into Destin, 30A, Niceville, Fort Walton Beach, or up in Crestview, each one of these is going to be different for the lifestyle that you might be looking for. Now, some of these areas, like where we are right now, is actually pretty touristy. Not right now, because we're off season. Little break in the fourth wall, it's February, but the crowds can get congested around here. And if you're not looking to make new friends every time that you go out, you may be wanting to look at some other calmer places around here other than coming here to Crystal Beach and Destin. You might want to look in some other areas. If you want to know what that actually looks like, then my suggestion is go check out some of the other videos. We got hundreds of videos here on this channel. Check out each of these individual ones. So you want the crowd, you want it a little bit loud, whatever you want, it's there. But the solution, really, what I suggest for most people is just sit down, write down the priorities, what exactly you're looking for in this area here, what sort of lifestyles you want, what are those priorities, and you can go side by side. Realistically, if you want somebody like me, specifically, you can reach out to me here and my team, and we can go through all the different priorities that you have and discover which area is going to be best for you. All right, so number 2 is underestimating the traffic and commute times. All right, so that can be pretty darn difficult. If you're looking at a map and just using Google or Waze and you look around to go, hey, you know, this says it's only gonna take 15 minutes to get here, or this is what that normal traffic commute could be. Now, most of the time people are traveling to work, or traveling to school, right? And they wanna know what that real actual time is going to take. Now, it's going to depend upon seasonality and everything else going on during that time. Definitely consider that summertime or certain times of day is going to make a huge effect. So especially here in Destin, the summertime traffic could start, you know, any time between spring break until, you know, the kids go back to school. Those are definitely ones to consider as far as seasonality. However, it also has to do with time of day. Say that you're going to be in Fort Walton Beach or down in Navarre, and that traffic coming in and out of the Air Force base that's in there makes a huge difference. Same thing up in Crestview, there's another military installation, and then of course everybody else traveling back and forth from there makes a huge difference for commute. So a lot of people just don't factor that in, and that's something you definitely should. Highway 98 can be a nightmare. Highway 331, during that summer traffic, all these things, that 15-minute could turn into 45. So what I would say is, like, test your commute during that peak summer hours. You can do that if you go into Google and check some of those different places out, like put the time of day and when, and it will give you a better idea of that. Also, I would also take the time to see what that proximity to work is going to be. What's a realistic estimate that you could be looking at for that? And that way you can make a better decision on exactly where to go. Some people are like, I don't mind the drive. Do you? Personally, I can't stand it if it's over 30 minutes. So number 3 here on the list is ignoring the insurance, flood zones, and hidden costs, all right? Insurance can be a big thing for a lot of people here, and it's really just gonna be based upon your area. Are you looking at something like this from your house? Well, you're probably pretty darn close to being in higher flood zone risk, so costs could be higher. If you're in a condo, you've also got HOA fees that you might be considering there. But a lot of these other insurance costs are going to be based upon roof, how new the home is, and everything else. So definitely keep those in mind. And of course, the thing that I typically always warn a lot of people about is some of the assessments and special assessments when it comes to condos, right? So you don't know that necessarily going into it. So those are some key questions before purchasing, is if there's any special assessments coming up due. And if you're not familiar with that, a special assessment just means that even though you're paying normal dues all the time, they may have not saved enough up for some improvements for the property, or something happened, a storm came through and they had to fix some of these things. And because of that, they need that extra money to do so for the whole entire facility. So when they do that, they're going to do that specifically for the unit itself and all the other units within it, and then charge each owner for however much that's going to cost. So it can get pricey. It could be tens of thousands of dollars sometimes. So definitely keep that in there. The best bet here is to reach out to a local expert like myself, and we'll let you know if some of these things are coming up at condos that you're considering purchasing. Now the new builds too, they may have some HOA's dues that you didn't expect. Even though we have the new builds, it's something to consider on the back end. So here's the solution for you. Best suggestion for you guys is to talk to an insurance person prior to, or at least get in touch with somebody that'll be able to give you some quotes based off of some of the houses, condos, or whatever that you're seeing, right? That will definitely help out a lot. Review those flood zones, roof age. It's always good to get one of those wind mitigation inspections as well. And what the HOA fees are prior to even considering moving into or even looking at properties. Again, guys, if you have questions about this and you want to know more about the process, we have full consultation that we do with every single one of our buyers, investors, so that you know exactly what you're getting into. Okay, so next we're gonna go into number 4. I always gotta pan back here just so you can see how beautiful this is, right? All right, number 4 is assuming that beach living equals affordability and affordable living. That's not necessarily the case. Now, yes, there are some places that are on the water that aren't going to be as expensive as the other. Say you're looking at 30A, where your average single family home price out there is about 1.5 to 3 million, depending upon where you're going. And that's not even on the water, versus going out to some place like Milton or Freeport, where you can find some of these waterfront properties and they're under 600,000 and they're bigger, more modern homes. Kind of crazy, right? Definitely consider that. Also, because you're in a beach town, you're gonna have the utilities, you're gonna have the groceries, you're gonna have gas. Often these are gonna be higher here in our coastal areas. Tourist pricing gets expensive, and the buyers are gonna stretch their budget just to be closer to the beach. And to be quite honest, I don't think that that's necessary, mainly because a lot of the times you're not that far from the beach anyway. So as long as you're not getting confronted with different types of traffic as you're coming into this area, you're gonna be fine. And if you place yourself strategically, you won't have to worry too much about that. So my suggestion, the solution here, is to research and build your budget based upon what the local cost and living estimates are. So I do a cost or living cost analysis, or we'll just call it cost of living videos for all the different places around here too. So check that again out on this channel. Tons of information for you to absorb, and it's pretty great. You'd be surprised. You'd really be surprised on what you'll be able to find out here, and what the cost of living truly is in comparison to what else you got there. All right, number 5. Number 5, this is the good one. Not working with a local expert coming out here and not getting that local knowledge prior to putting in offers for properties, for condos. I've seen it happen. I don't like it, okay? The online research isn't going to give you the true local insight and experience in this area. Now, I get it. You got your friend ChatGPT, you got all those LLMs out there, but it doesn't give you all the information that you need to actually make a really informed decision out here to know exactly what's going on. And it's the same thing with any online research you're doing. The good news is that some of those LLMs, like ChatGPT, is starting to pull in these videos from YouTube for information, which is awesome, but not all that information is correct, so or timely. So it's really good that you do reach out. And the big part here too is those national lenders, those people that are out of the area, they miss a lot of these red flags. And a lot of times I see a lot of buyers and investors overpay because they don't know that. And they're promised the world and they are overpromised and underdelivered, which I absolutely despise. And buyers end up in areas that don't match their expectations, regardless of the TikTok videos you might be watching on the area. Realistically, sitting down with somebody here in the local area that will explain this, really listen to what you're looking for, get you in that right area. Just a simple buyer's consultation will make a world of difference. That's 20, 30 minutes, but truly getting educated on absolutely everything. If you're not locally here, simply jumping on a Zoom call to go over that, and even just jumping on a map to just go around to see what these different places are so you can do some more research later to make that move easier. For us, we're here to make your move as easy and as stress-free as possible, which is what everybody wants when they move out here. So we got your back if you are coming here. Oh, don't go anywhere yet. We got a bonus mistake. And this comes in 2026 as I'm looking at this. And the whole point is not making a move, not talking with anybody now. Not doing this now. The real estate market in 2026 is set to boom. And I love this because it's recorded right now, so you can leave something in the comments if you want to, if I was completely wrong, when it comes into 27. But I believe that's now that it is going to be coming up here, spring, summertime. We're going to start seeing this. I can tell you already, we're halfway through the first quarter of the year, and we've already seen a lot of movement here in this market, which means that it's coming. That boom is coming, and it's coming soon. Moving sooner ensures that you're going to be ahead of these prices when they start to go back up. Right now, we still have the opportunity to get the upper hand for some of these, and I don't want you to miss out, especially those that are looking into places like condos or something that they're going to be spending short times here and then renting it out the rest of the time. There's just so much that you can do with that. Somebody that's looking to invest for the long term here, man, this is a perfect time for that. Outside of that, it's still a good option because you still have a lot of pull in most of these markets. So again, a quick phone call with me or a full-up consultation, I'd be happy to go over all these things with you to make sure that you get exactly what you're looking for when moving out here. All right, when you are moving with a relocation partner like myself, it will make sure that you have the expertise and it is as easy as we possibly can make it for you and have the best experience. Make sure that you find that right lifestyle, the community, and the comfort of living here on the Emerald Coast and make sure that it's worth it. So let's make that move to the Emerald Coast as simple and as stress-free as possible. Please reach out to me, reach out to my team here, give us a call, text, email, whatever that you need to. Let's talk about it to see if this is the right time. It's never too early to reach out, so please do. We'd love to hear from you to put you in the right direction. So when it is your time to move out here, we got you covered. So again, my name is Tim Whittemore. I'm here with the Whittemore Group with LPT Realty, coming at you here from Crystal Beach. Don't go anywhere yet because I know that you're looking at these other videos and you're wondering what that cost of living are, or maybe you want to see inside some of these condo units or inside some of these single family homes. We got all this videos, got ones coming out every single week. So please stick around where they're going to be popping up somewhere on the screen. Definitely check them out. But we'll see you in our next video. Yeah.